YouTube, what is up? Good morning. As always, documenting super early mornings, just up and at it. Guys, we are headed to the gym and starting this video off. If you're new to the content, welcome to the channel. My name's Eric, and on this channel, Eric Evans, so you already know the name. But on this channel, man, I just talk about, I guess, like leveling up, becoming a better version of yourself, like doing the daily disciplines, building a routine, really just being like a light of a man. So in this world full of darkness, you know, I heard a saying from Jordan Peterson that it has stuck with me. And if you guys, you know, watch a lot of my content, you'll notice that I refer to Jordan Peterson a lot because he was one of the main people that I found when I was really stuck and struggling, and like gave me hope through his future authoring program and these other things. But he had made a video, I think it was like a Q&A video, and someone had asked him, they're like, you know, I'm lost in life, I have no goals, I don't know what I want to do. And the advice that, you know, he gave that kid or that guy was just, he's like, man, why don't you just become a light among men? And I thought about that, and I'm like, that's what I'm going to do in my life. Like, we have so many men struggling. We have so many men suffering. You know, I get comments from you guys. I get messages from you guys. Like, I know that everyone's going through stuff. And the ones who claim they're not going through stuff are just better at hiding it. And that's where I kind of had this realization with my channel, is I'm like, why don't I just start being more open about my actual kind of day-to-day and what's going on in my head, and just share it in hopes to kind of help people. Let's see if we can get some better lighting in here. And so, you know, I heard that saying, like, become a light among men, and it changed me, because I'm like, I have no idea what my passion is or my purpose is. It's like, I like fitness, but I don't know if I want to be a personal trainer. I don't know, like, at that time, and I'm speaking like years ago, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I just know that I wanted to build my body. I didn't want to be broke. I wanted to build my mental health and become closer to God. And by doing all of that, man, it made me like better. Like I became better. And so I started this little series here called Becoming Better. I think this is like episode 5. And it's not anything professional or official or anything. Like, I don't even know if I talked about it being a series last video, but it's essentially just me making content and documenting myself leveling up. And this little gym talk, because I live about 5 minutes away from my gym, you know, I hesitated to turn on the camera this morning, and really yesterday, you know, I was overthinking, and I'm like, what do I make a video on? Like, I already talked about this, already talked about that. You know, I'm getting like a lot of comments from you guys saying like, Eric, these videos are helping me. And so, you know, I'm reading these things and I'm like, you know, I got to keep helping people. Like, this is my mission. This is what I'm put on earth for, is to share the light God has given me and keep helping people. And then it just puts this like unnecessary pressure on myself, which I do it to myself, when really I'm just like, I woke up this morning, I'm like, all day yesterday I was overthinking. It's like, dude, I just need to turn on the camera and talk about what I'm going through. Use that as an example. And so every video, I don't just want to talk about myself and, you know, just be going in circles and telling you guys about my life. The point of it is to share the things I'm going through so you can take the nuggets away and apply them to your life. And today's video is really just on mental resistance. You know, there's a book, The War of Art, and before I read that book, I think it's by Steven Pressfield. Before I read that book, like, I literally thought I was going crazy, because I would wake up one day and just be so fired up. I would know exactly what I was doing. I would know my mission. I would be like, I'm going to be making YouTube content on this topic and doing these things, and this is my routine. And then the next day I could wake up and I'm just like, do I really want to be doing this? Like, am I passionate about this? Like, am I really actually helping people? Are people finding value in this? And like, talking myself out of it. And yesterday was kind of one of those days where I was just like questioning everything, and I just want to share that, man. It's not to, like, part of me shares it and I'm like, I wonder if anyone else goes through stuff like this. Like, maybe I am crazy. But then there's another part of me that shares it, and like, it's kind of like the human condition. It's like, I know, because I work with you guys, even as an online coach. It's like, you know, these guys come to me and they're fired up and they're wanting to make a change, and it's like, we start to make that change and then that resistance hits. that mental resistance, that spiritual warfare, the devil, the dark side, whatever you want to call it. It's like we all go through it, but what you have to do is you just have to keep pushing. So this is an example of me saying like winning the day. It's like I have my routine, I know my daily disciplines, I know I want to make content, I know I want to help you guys, I know I want to keep sharing my message of getting jacked, leveling up your body, leveling up your mindset, leveling up your life, becoming a light among men. And it's like I'm not going to let whatever mental resistance in my brain stop me from doing that, because it's like I didn't want to turn on the camera. I've now turned on the camera and I feel like I'm actually like flowing right now. I feel like these thoughts are actually coming out, and that's what God wants to happen. But what God doesn't want to happen is for you to let the darkness and the mental resistance just take over, because once that takes over, you've now let the fear, you've let the spiritual warfare that's real, man, you've let it win. So when you set your goals, understand some days you're not going to be motivated. And this is like the deeper than the motivational thing. Like you hear people saying like, do it whether you feel like it or not. Like some days you're not going to be motivated. This is the stuff that's like actually happening. It's not just like, are you motivated or are you not? It's like, no, dude, your brain is throwing you some dark thoughts, or, you know, it's really trying to put you down. It's trying to hold you back. It's trying to keep you, from becoming better. But we all go through things. And so what I was going through yesterday, I just was like, dude, I'm going to get some sleep early, because I think like I haven't been getting the same amount of sleep I'm used to. And so that could have triggered it. There's just so many factors. But what I'm saying is like when you set your goal, when you do what I say is like you wake up, you read your vision every day, you read your goals, you're aligned with the path that you're supposed to be on. Whenever the mental resistance comes, you just shut your brain off and you just try not to listen, and then you reflect on your goals and you just do it anyway. So a perfect example of this, because you're gonna have to be able to take my message that I'm sharing and be able to apply it some way in your life. Like we're obviously all on a different path, but I think we're a lot more similar than you think. It's like my mental resistance was, does anyone really care what I have to say this morning? I don't really have a video topic. It's like, don't really want to make content, but that 2.0 version of myself does want to make content. It does want me to share my thoughts. It does want me to do these things. And so this voice I had in my head, and this kind of like, I keep saying darkness. I'm not trying to make it sound like, too like dark or too crazy. I'm just basically meaning like the negative, the self-doubt, the negative talk. That didn't want me to be the 2.0 version. It wanted me to stay the same, if not go backwards. And you guys have that in some way inside of your brain too. And I'm telling you right now, the people who become super successful and all the people that I study, they do a really good job at not listening to their brain and just doing the daily actions they know that it's going to take to get to their goal. So I'm about to get into a gym session. We got legs today. I'll probably talk some more about my training in this video, but once again, the Becoming Better series is just me sharing my raw thoughts, training footage, and just kind of taking you guys behind the scenes as if you're a friend, just sitting in the truck with me right now. We're about to go hit a lift together. So not sure how that message will be perceived. I'll have to watch it back, but no matter what, I'm going to post it because it's my raw thoughts. I'm dealing with some mental resistance. You might be going through things too, but at the end of the day, shut your brain off. You know what you're supposed to be doing. You know the goals you've set. You know the agreements you've made with your soul and yourself. So do those things, man, because we get one life. And every time you let mental resistance and you let the spiritual warfare and all these things keep you from hitting your goals, it's just another day you've technically wasted, and it's another day you're older, and it's another day closer to your expiration date. Guys, we absolutely just destroyed leg day. I didn't even make it to the Romanian deadlifts because I've been experimenting with a new training style. And before some of you subscribers like freak out and be like, Eric, what are you doing? You're changing up stuff. Like, I thought you said it's simple and like you don't need to overcomplicate it. That's true, but as someone who's been training for going on 10 years now, I can never get this angle right, guys. I apologize. 2 seconds. I think we're better. As someone who's been training for 10 years now, man, you know, training does get a little bit stale, and it's fun to, I'm not gonna say like try to optimize or do everything perfect, because I'm kind of like anti-science bodybuilding. Like, obviously I follow like scientific principles of like, fundamentally, when you train, what do? It's like you break down a muscle. Okay, once the muscle is like stimulated, your body is now signaled that it needs to grow stronger, because in the future, it's anticipating you running across that stimulus again. So once you stimulate the muscle, you then recover. So what does recover mean? It means you go home, you limit your stress in your life, you have good sleep, you have good nutrition, you hydrate yourself, and then you come back stronger. It's like, that right there sums up bodybuilding, sums up muscle building. I mean, of course, there's like nuance with like how many sets, how many reps, but so many people overthink it. So what I'm trying to say is like, once you have the fundamentals down and the base down, and you've like built your body up, especially me, like 10 years into lifting, I'm not taking steroids, I'm not taking TRT, nothing. So I'm probably like at close to my like muscular potential. Like, I definitely think I could add more size in my legs and, you know, probably a few more pounds of muscle, but it's not going to be anything crazy. So what's insane to me is like throughout my whole lifting career, because I've studied like so many people, literally probably thousands of hours of videos, podcasts, books, all from the top like experts. So anyone you're thinking of right now as far as like building muscle, I've listened to them. The one person though that like gets a lot of flack, or, you know, a lot of people have mixed reviews on, is Mike Mentzer. And what's insane to me is throughout the 10 years of me lifting, I've heard about Mike Mentzer, I've heard about HIIT training, and I always just kind of like threw it to the side on the whole like one set to failure. I'm like, you know, the science says 10 to 20 sets a week, like one set, there's no way. But it wasn't until like I've started training harder and I've done less volume and I'm seeing myself coming back like bigger, stronger, and just feeling better and less beat up, because that's my whole like principles of building muscle is, you know, people that are training 6 to 7 days a week, most of the time they're hiding the fact that they're injured. They're hiding the fact that they're constantly fatigued, they're constantly in pain. And so I've been experimenting with doing super low volume and just pushing my sets very hard. And my theory on that is like, let's say you're sticking to the whole 10 to 20 sets, but you're leaving a few reps in the tank. You're not really pushing stuff to failure, because the truth is if you're doing 10, 15, 20 sets a week and you're going to brutal failure, like all the way maximum failure, if you're not taking drugs, dude, there's like, you have to be a genetic freak to be able to do that, because we're limited on recovery. So I have a theory that like, if you just train more intensely, then obviously you're going to need less sets because you've stimulated. And Mike Mentzer uses the analogy of like the light switch. He's like, you don't just go up to a light switch and just keep flicking it thinking you're going to get more power or going to get more out of it. It's like, same with the body, dude. It's like, I went in, I hit pendulum squats for 2 sets, all out sets. I did leg extensions, 2 sets, all out sets. And then I did leg curls, just all out. And it's like, could I have added the hip hinge and, you know, hit every angle of the hamstring? Absolutely. But I was just spent. And when you get to the point of where I'm at with my training, or even my philosophy on just training for everyday life, being strong for everyday life, then you don't have to do a lot of crazy stuff. And that's why this channel, like, I went from talking about the mental resistance and, you know, different things, and now I'm talking about building muscle, because it all like intertwines, man. It all ties in together. It's like, you might be on a journey of leveling up yourself, but like, if you're just trying to level up your mindset, if you're just trying to level up your finances, but you're just going to be like a pudgy dude with like flat arms or small arms and like belly fat and skinny fat, it's like, dude, you're not at your maximum potential. It's like, we talked about becoming a light among men. It's like, how are men going to respect you? How are people going to respect you? How are opportunities going to be presented to you if you show up and you can't look someone in the eye and feel confident about the body you've built, because it's not all about vanity. Like I had this thread or this tweet. There's another squirrel in the road, literally the same spot last time. I don't want to run him over. But I've been experimenting because I enjoy writing. Like, if you guys didn't know, I send out a newsletter every Saturday on like fundamental, like straightforward tactical fitness advice. I just enjoy writing. I also enjoy the community posts, but I made a post on Threads, which is like Twitter, and said I started lifting to change my body, and I kept lifting because it changed my mind. And it's so true, because we start lifting to, want to look better, attract a girl, whatever, for like vanity. But then you keep doing it because of like what it builds. And so, you might be trying to get your life together, dude. And if your training is not on point, then it's like, what do you expect? It's like training is the fundamental principle. It's like, if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you do better work, you have more energy. So like, get on a training program. And of course, I'm going to use this like quick second to pitch my course, because my workout program it just isn't a step-by-step system. It's also like mindset. Like, all the stuff I talk about, I feel like it's different than a lot of people out there who just give you a PDF and just say, do these exercises, and there's nothing else, and then they charge you $50 for it. It's like, mine is like a step-by-step course. And then you get access to my community where I post like behind the scenes stuff, motivational snippets, just all kind of things like that. So all that being said, it's like, I was in the gym today, I hit it hard. And like, bringing this whole video back around full circle, it's like, yesterday my brain was messing with me. The self-doubts, the negative thoughts, like, they happen. Guarantee they happen to you. That's why I'm going to share this video regardless of what I think about it, because it's not about what I think, it's about what God is wanting me to share with you guys. And it's like, if I'm going through something as someone who is building up a YouTube channel, and you guys message me asking me like, hey, what camera do you use? Like, how do you make content? All these different things. So like, you're kind of aspiring to do what I'm doing, but I just want to be transparent to show you it's not all sunshine and rainbows. It's like, I still overthink the content. I still, struggle with different things. It's like, but the one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to let resistance hold me back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still showed up. I did not want to film. I didn't want to do this. And it's like, I'm happy I did it. So whatever that looks like for you, maybe you don't want to study. Think about your 2.0 version of yourself. It's like, he wants you to study. He wants you to go hard. He wants you to push yourself to level up. It's like, whatever you're doing in your life, just apply this message. Because for me, it's make content, it's inspire people, it's share the journey of me quitting my job, going all in on my passion and documenting every step of it. So regardless of what I think, regardless of what my mind's telling me, whatever, it's like, I'm still going to show up and I'm still going to give it everything. So I went to the gym, destroyed my workout. It's like, I got my win for the day. Whatever your win is, get after it, guys.